Chris, how tough is that to take considering you're in front all day?
Yeah, no, it's obviously tough to take. The players are very disappointed. We're very disappointed. It was a game where, when we had momentum, we should have taken our shots more than we did, particularly in that third quarter. And that just left the door ajar a little bit. I mean, margins of 3 goals aren't big margins in footy anymore. They can be cut back pretty quickly. And to Collingwood's credit, they kept going, and we just faltered right at the end.
What was the message to the guys after such a tough loss?
I haven't spoken to them yet, so that they're still recovering. But it'll be to bounce back. Let's get ready for next week. You've got to move on pretty quickly, We'll take some learnings from the game, obviously. The main one will be take your opportunities in front of goal, which has been a thing I've had to talk about too often this year, I reckon. In a lot of our losses, it's had something to do with it. And I know the shots were quite even today, but I'm talking about when you've got momentum in that third quarter. Look, they'll know it. The players will know it. They'll be disappointed. So I won't be rubbing it into their noses. We'll just get to work and try and do a better job next week.
Do you think the misses last week, and there was a lot of focus on the misses last week, and that sort of cost you? Do you think that fed into tonight at all?
Sorry?
Do you think the misses last week during the game, the 8-16, do you think that fed into tonight at all?
Oh, it's hard to say, maybe. Sport's very psychological at times, and I'd have to ask the individual players if they were thinking about last week or not. We don't shy away from it. We didn't hide the fact last week that we had a lot more shots and lost the game. So you've got to talk about these things and practice and deal with them, which we do all the time. Don't think for 1 minute we don't practice our goal kicking. We spend a lot of time on it.
With that practice and talking about...
Sorry, can you speak up?
Yeah, sorry. With that practice and talking about the goal kicking issues, have you tried different things to rectify it?
No. It's just a pretty simple thing, goal kicking practice. We've been doing the same stuff for a long time, and we haven't always been accurate. Sometimes it's just one of those things that rears its head. So it has the last couple of weeks, and a few times earlier in the season. But there are just certain basic things that we always practice, and we'll keep doing that. There's nothing different that we can do. Maybe the difference might be don't practice at all. Just have a spell from it. But nah, it's just one of those things.
The second quarter, you had a lapse for the second week in a row. What did you put that down to?
Well, it was just purely and simply Collingwood got on top around the clearance and around the contested ball situation, and their pressure went up. I think we sort of fueled a little bit because we overhandballed, but it's pretty simple. It's contested ball. We end up winning that by 16 for the game, but in that second quarter they got on top.
Was that one of the best individual quarters you've seen from Dacos in that second quarter? He just really got them back.
He did, didn't he? Because outside of that, he probably didn't have a huge influence on the game. But that second quarter was very special. And look, we did a good job on him in the first quarter. I thought, our guys, but yeah, he got away in that quarter.
Eric Hipwood, obviously missed the last couple of weeks. Like, how was he coming into this game? What was the decision like to play him or not?
He was fit to play, so he played him.
He was fit to play. He wasn't carrying anything.
No, we didn't. We don't play injured players in games. That'd be a silly decision to make. So no, he was fit to play. Yeah.
And how do you bounce back from one game left before finals? How do you bounce back from such a tough loss?
Oh, well, you do. You have to. Our last 11 games, have won 9 of them and lost 2. That's pretty good form. Lost a game by a point. Didn't lose by a lot last week. Had a lot more shots. So our form's pretty strong. So we'll take confidence from that and understand the season being like it is, you can turn things around pretty quickly. I'll remain optimistic. Why shouldn't I?
How's Jared Berry? He went off early.
Yeah, we're not sure. He came off with some hamstring awareness, and we'll need to get scans on that to know if there's an injury there or whether it's nerve related, but we'll find out a bit more about that on Monday.
Did you have any other injury concerns?
No.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.